Okay, so I feel like I look crazy right now because I am on a road trip. So I thought it'd be a good time to kill some time. I thought I would just talk about some of my favorite Taylor songs and just the things that I love about them. We'll start with Down Bad. It's one of my favorites on the album. The thing that I love about Down Bad so much is that it's so conversational. I mean, as is all of her songwriting for the most part. I think that's why she's so successful as she is, because she's a phenomenal storyteller, and you don't even, I think, actually realize it. Like, she's like singing the way you would say something or vent or talk to a friend. The part when she's like, I'm down bad crying at the gym. The tempo is a phenomenal running tempo. I run and I was like, oh, the fact that she's talking about crying and she's like down bad at the gym. I just think that's so brilliant. She's like down bad crying at the gym. Everything comes out teenage petulance, which is like, I think that's so, it's such a cool line, because it's true. Like, when you're running, when you're doing something good for your body that's therapeutic, like when you're going through emotions, like the things that you haven't dealt with before like tend to come up. So I think that's such a cool line. I haven't like heard her talk about that really ever. I love that the fuck it if I can't have us. It's like, because it's just something you would say, you know? It's like a thought that you would have. It's like, fuck it, if I can't have us, I may just die. Like, it would really make no difference, you know? Like, that is such a conversational line, and that's what I love about her writing. And then I love the bridge. I love her. She always has a theme of like using planets and astronomy throughout her songs. Like, I'll build you a fort on.
Police reported ahead.
In that case, I will slow down. I'll build you a fort on some planet where they can all understand it. How dare you say it's romantic, leaving me safe and stranded. I think that's such a cool line. It's like, don't leave me safe and stranded. Oh, because fuck it, I was in love. I love the ending of it. That she has that vocal take is like, she's literally about to cry. Like, it's, how dare you say that it's, there's a breath like in between, how dare you say that it's, like, hey, whatever. She does it in a really interesting way that's very vulnerable. And I love that she doesn't say over, because you know the next line would be over. The phrase down bad, it's really smart about this. She uses like everyday slang in her songs. I think that's such an incredible thing to do as a songwriter, because again, like back to the conversationalism topic, it's like, it makes you feel like you're in the song, you're part of the song, makes you feel like you're in a conversation with the singer as the listener. I'm down bad, yo, you know, it's like, that's something you'd like call up a friend and say, I'm down bad, I'm crying at the gym. Like, it's like, it's so real, it's so vulnerable and honest. Like, her song titles, they're either idioms or they're like, yeah, just common used English slang. like You're on Your Own, Kid. Like, that was from her previous album. And so even like Who's Afraid of Little Old Me, like, I don't know, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know where that's from, but it's sweet. And I don't know where that's from, but I've heard it before. She uses phrases that are familiar in the English language. And I know it's like probably obvious, but like, I might just not get up, I might stay down bad. It all flows so effortlessly. Let's talk about So Long London. Wow, what a track! What a track! Oh my god, I think this is one of my favorites. The lyricism, the production, it's such an original song. Like, I've never heard a song like that. The intro, the choiry vibe, it's like very classic and traditional, and like London-y, like England vibe of like everything's proper and clean and neat, like just church like. I love the like 4 on the floor tempo, and that could have easily been a ballad, but it's like strangely up tempo. It's so brilliant in that way, the way like almost a dance track. I'm just getting color back in my face, and I'm just mad as hell because I love this place for so long. What, like, the run on words that's one of my favorites. That's in the bridge is the only time we hear her talk about the place. All the verses are only about Joe, obviously. The bridge, that's where we hear for the first time, I'm just mad as hell because I love this place, but she's using London obviously as a way to say so long Joe. Stop doing CPR, the spirit would like never come to, that stuff. I gave all that youth for free. I mean, who can't relate to that? Jesus. And how much sad did you think I had me? I love that line. And it's kind of like the theme throughout her songs. Like, how much sad did you think I had me? You don't get to tell me about sad, which apparently was like a conversation that they had. I just like how much tragedy. Like, it's just such a heart-wrenching song. So I can do with a broken heart. I don't even know where to start with this one either. Oh, it's definitely one of my favorites. It's a beautiful, almost like affirmational song of fuck it. Like, if I can do this, I can do anything. Like, she is unbreakable, and it gets me fired up, and I think it's so cool because I feel like everyone can relate to this to some aspect of their life. Like, I can handle my shit. I gotta do what I gotta do, you know? It's like that feeling of like when you just gotta handle things. And like, sad song, but it's so encouraging and affirmational and upbeat. This has a really positive message. Like, you know, you can do things even though it's hard, even though you're sad. Like, you're capable. And I think that message is so empowering. She's so cheeky about it, and I also love that the track almost sounds like a video game. Like, you know what I mean? It sounds like a Mario Kart video game, especially at the end when he like changes the key and goes all crazy. Jack, I mean, when she's like, "'Cause I'm miserable," and no one even knows. I love that part. It's like, it's just her personality. Like, if you're a fan, like, that's like how she talks. And I love how she says it so happy too, because that's what the song's about. It's about like just doing things even though it's hard. And I feel like it also speaks to the fact that like everybody was like, how the hell is she doing this? Like, whenever the Eras tour started, I remember at that point everybody was like, girl, what is the workout routine? How are you doing this after a breakup after 6 years? Like, there's so many questions we have, right? And so this song is just like a testament to all of the things that she was going through that she never openly, publicly talked about. Sort of like gave us the answers. Like, that bitch was hard, but like, if I can do this with a broken heart, like, I can do anything. And I feel like in this album too, in general, we get the sense that there's a common thread of like depression and mental health stuff and alcoholism, and yeah, she's very real and honest about that. I mean, Jesus Christ, if you grew up in that, at that time period where pop stars had to be so clean and cut edge, and there was all this fear instilled in you, like, don't end up like Britney Spears and don't end up washed up pop stars of the day, and so you had to be as clean as possible. And I remember them saying too, like, you can be at an event, but you're like only allowed to hold water, and they're like, we don't care if there's vodka in it as long as you're holding a water bottle. And it's like, imagine getting that instilled in you. Like, I can only imagine that you're having alcohol problems when you're older. Like, all of that repression is just like coming out at this point. So that's my analysis of probably what she's gone through and what she's been enduring. So I also love that you can hear the click track in the song. I think that's really cool. How it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Apparently it's like what she hears when she's on stage, which I find really, really, really fascinating. And I love the ending too, and she's like, try and come for my job. Again, it's like these like conversational things that are just so interwoven in her writing. It's like, try and come for my job. You can't, no one can. Like, try me. It's basically what she's saying. Name someone who can do it better than I can, because I don't think you can. Like, she's cocky in a casual way, you know? But then she's also like somewhat self-deprecating, which brings me to what's the track? Clara Bow. Oh my god, I feel like that's one of the most underrated songs right now on that album. It is so good. Woo, gives me chills. Said he'd love me all his life. He said he'd love me for all time, but that time was quite short. And I love how she used the word quite instead of like so short or too short. I feel like quite is something you would say in the British vernacular. It's like, it's quite short. Or, you know, she's like, you look like Taylor Swift in this light. And it's kind of like the bridge of the song. We're loving it. She's got edge. You've got edge she never did, you know? It's like, she's like so self-aware. Beauty is a beast that roars down on all fours, demanding more. I was like, whoa, that's so cool. And then I listened again, and I was like, oh my God, beauty is a beast. Like, Beauty and the Beast. Like, again, she's using like phrases that we know, and that's like, it's so familiar to us, and I think that's why it sticks in our brain so much. Oh my God, I'm obsessed. She does word painting too, where she's like, in this life remarkable. I don't know, it's just like the way you would say it in a conversation. Tunnel, where she's like,